Reminder, the following video was made for educational purposes by adult medical marijuana patients in California. If you are underage or live somewhere where medical marijuana and/or marijuana are illegal, do not try this at home. What's up guys? Chubbs here, askchubbs.com. Lately I've been spending a lot of time trying to get the auto dabber done. I wanted to put together this video to kind of show you guys what I've been doing, what I will be doing, and just the amount of work that goes into putting together a marijuana product startup company. Got my storyboard back here. It was kind of working, not working. I ended up downloading an app to put together the little schematic or whatever you want to call it, the visual to help with the video. Big fat dab and get started. Cheers. Okay, so on the top left, we start with the buds. Up here in the left, the gardens that are going to be going, the gardens that are going to be needed to make this happen are going to be significant. It takes about 5 pounds, 4 or 5 pounds of bud to produce 1 pound of shatter, give or take. And we're going to need many pounds of shatter to fill all of the tanks that are going to be in demand. So this part of the project is going to be huge. Once the buds are grown, cut, dried, cured, they get sent over to my wax blowers, killer concentrates, and boss extracts, who then make the wax. Getting this, first of all, getting this, the bud, down from Northern California to these guys, this is a task. And then once they have it, actually turning all that bud into shatter is another huge task. I mean, the wax doesn't make itself. So this is right here, just this part of the project, we're talking huge manpower, a lot of time, blood, sweat, tears, a lot of energy goes into just this part right here. Once the wax is made by my guys at Killer and Boss, that's when we're talking shatter oil production. Now right here with shatter oil production, we're using the wax from Killer and Boss. I'm also going to be using West Coast Cure, Nextrax, and a bunch of other waxes that I can, whatever I can get my hands on, any deals I can work with concentrate manufacturers. And this process right here is another huge project. Shatter oil production requires equipment, requires labor, requires a bunch of ingredients to get the shatter oil to actually work and come together. So you're looking at another giant operation right here. Once the weed is grown, the shatter is made, and it's brought to this facility, just turning the shatter into oil is huge. Once the oil is made, you then have to fill the individual tanks. The tanks are coming from China, which is the project that I've been working on the last day or two, and that's a pain in the ass. Just getting the samples over here is a pain in the ass. Once the tanks are here, I've got to hire people to fill the tanks. Now we're talking thousands of individual tanks that need to be filled one at a time by hand. It's a pain in the ass. Once all of those tanks are filled, the tanks have to be packaged, and by that I mean the individual tanks have to be put in some sort of tube. The tube has to be put in some sort of cardboard packaging, and that packaging, first of all, those plastic tubes, they're coming from a factory here in Orange County. We source that locally, but it's going to be a pain in the ass getting the specifics, the right size made. We have to go through a couple samples first. The cardboard cards that we're using as marketing materials or as the actual packaging for the auto dabbers, we have to have an artist design those, and once they're done, I didn't put this over here, I forgot to put, we'll have to go to a printer here locally. And then once we have the cardboard and the tubes, the labor putting, we have to have someone put the filled tanks into the tube and attach the tube to the card. That's where more labor comes in. We have to hire some more people right there. Once all that's done, so now I'll have at this point of the process, we will have filled tanks, hundreds and hundreds, thousands of pre-filled tanks with awesome shatter oil in them. At that point, I have to then hire a salesman who will go out to all of the different collectives in California, northern, southern, all the way up down the coast, everywhere, Sacramento, all the way down to San Diego, and that person is responsible for getting the tanks on the shelf and dealing with the actual collectives on a one-on-one basis. So that requires a sales rep. The people who, just because the tanks are on the people's shelves doesn't mean they're going to sell. I have to put some marketing into this and let the patients in California know, in Colorado know, in Washington know that there's a new product out there and that it's a damn good product. That's where marketing comes in. That requires labor and materials. By materials, I mean electronic and physical. Printing, internet, email, website, video, everything. All that stuff needs to be made and paid for. So as you can see here, this is a bit of a huge undertaking, if you will. And for most of this, I'm just doing it by myself. So that's why it's going to take probably a week or two longer than it should, but I'll get it done. So, as you guys see, we are off and running. It's a bit of a bitch, it's a bit of a pain in the ass, and there's a lot that goes into it. But if it was easy, everybody would be doing it, I guess. On that note, let's take another dab. Cheers. If you wouldn't mind doing me a favor, take a second right now to click the thumbs up. Like this video. It helps a tremendous amount. I'm Chubbs. That's chubbs.com. Peace.